My golden child sister stole the only money I had to escape our toxic home. Now, years later, she is apologizing and wants to reconnect, but I told her some damage can't be undone and leave me alone. Growing up, my sister, now 22F, was the spoiled golden child of our parents. She got everything she ever wanted in life and became the brat nobody wanted their kids to be friends with. I, now 24F, even had friends who weren't allowed to come to my house because my sister was there. She would steal, try to make you do what she wanted, and would tell our parents if you didn't, would break stuff if she wasn't included, and then I wasn't allowed to take over decision making. It was a whole thing. We fought a lot as kids and we both said awful things to each other. But I grew to resent her more and more because of the monster our parents created. The final straw for me was my savings. My parents wouldn't let me open up a bank account because they didn't want me hiding money. They forced my first job to fire me because they were not okay with me keeping money to myself. And I knew they wouldn't help me with college or let me stay rent-free once I was 18. So I started being sneaky about saving. I babysat for friends' parents under the guise of visiting friends. I did errands for family, friends, or other people. It didn't allow me much in the way of savings, but it allowed me some. But then, like 2 days before my 18th birthday, my sister found and stole the money. And yes, I had it at home, but there was nowhere else to take it. None of my friends' parents were okay with me storing it at their house in case any went missing, and I accused them. They were fine helping me get money, but they didn't want the responsibility of storing it, which I understand. My sister even told our parents I had the money and they got so mad at me. In return, I told my sister to FCK off and never speak to me again, and from that day onward she wasn't my sister and I didn't love or give a damn about what would happen to her. I left on my birthday and never went back. I was no contact from then until now. My sister reached out to me a few weeks ago because a relative gave her my number. She apologized, told me she was sorry, said she had grown up and realized how shitty she was, and she knew stealing, breaking stuff, getting me into trouble intentionally and trying to control everything was wrong. She said she loved and missed me and was hoping we could repair our relationship. I didn't reply. I read the text and I kept it on my phone, but I didn't reply. 2 weeks later she texted the exact same thing with an apology if I got the first, but she wanted to be sure. Then a few days ago she texted again and said she knew it was my number and wanted to know why I ignored her when she had apologized and was hoping I would forgive her so we could have a relationship. I replied one time, and I considered not doing this, and I told her that part of growing is accepting people don't have to forgive you or reconcile with you just because you apologized, and that sometimes the harm done can't be undone and doors are closed forever. I didn't reply after that. Then the relative who gave her my number and I exchanged some words because of this, and she told me it was the most arrogant way to tell someone you don't accept their apology. She said I should have been more accepting. And I told her that I didn't need to listen to this. Ida for it though? I am not doubting myself, but I wonder if there are others who feel the same way as the relative. Honestly, maybe I should have kept ignoring my sister and blocked her number. Relevant comment. Commenter 1. I would say nah, but personally, I think it's worth being open to a relationship. Your parents screwed both of you up. It seems like they treated you pretty shitty, besides just giving her special treatment. Especially with her being younger, this is what was normal to her. It wasn't okay by any means, but she is at least trying to learn to be better. I read a story on here a while ago from a golden child's perspective, and basically he said sometimes he went along with mistreating his siblings because he was scared if he didn't, his parents would turn on him like that. And yeah, that's still selfish, but a kid depends on their parents to survive, and will do or accept a lot of shit that seems crazy to get by. It sounds like maybe she got away from mom and dad, and was able to reflect and saw she was a shitty sister. I think it could be okay to at least give a guarded relationship a try, and see what you think of her now. OP. That's just not something I would ever be interested in. I don't love her. I don't even care for her like you might a family member you don't see often but would still help if they were in need. There was nothing good about being her sister, and even if she has changed, there are some things I just don't ever want to explore again. I can understand this isn't the decision everyone would make. People choose to try again all the time. I think if the money hadn't been stolen then maybe. But once she stole that, I seriously wanted to be done with her for the rest of my life, and that feeling has not gone away. She stole the very thing I fought so hard to get so I could get out and have some money to support me. Instead I had to go to a friend's house with nothing. Commenter 2. I understand the bitterness, I really do. But she was 16, being modeled all the wrong behavior by your parents. These comments are insane to me. Did none of you have any real personal growth after age 16? Nah, but barely. And, to be a complete devil's advocate, I am sure she had to really work up to sending that text after so long, so I am sure not hearing back made her want to follow up and check that you at least got it. Asking for an acknowledgement when you don't truly know if the person got your message isn't some extremely demanding thing that others are making it out to be. OP. The thing is, she tried 3 times. She knew it was my number. My silence should have been the answer. But instead she got mad I wouldn't reply. But I was clear to her when I left that I was done. She didn't leave it alone though and instead pushed me. The second time was fine. The third time she was clearly unhappy I wasn't replying, but I owe her nothing. Commenter 3. I don't think you were wrong. You are entitled to not want to give a second chance to her. I don't think she was wrong either, giving an apology and asking to rebuild your relationship. When you sent that message to her, has she respected your decision? I think her subsequent actions from your rebuff can tell you whether that person is changing for the better. Your relative's opinion, if it is only theirs, is a separate matter in my opinion. Your parents neglected you both, in different ways, not providing boundaries, respect or caring about the misery they spread with the challenges they cruelly created for you both. NTA. OP. She did not take what I said well. There were a few texts and I didn't reply. She complained to that relative as well and apparently cried about how unfair it is that I won't let her fix this.